Welcome to my very first episode here on the Carnivore Diet Podcast. My name is Jerry Colbert, and in today's episode, I want to talk to you all about why I created this channel and what my hopes are for the future with this channel. Now, I have been on YouTube for a while with other channels. In fact, I have a vlog that I also have on YouTube that basically talks about all kinds of variety of things, including the carnivore diet, but I thought I would do a separate channel specifically geared towards the carnivore diet. Now, back in 2022, in September 2022, actually, I started the carnivore diet. And I was on it for about a year and a half, and then I got derailed because I was in an accident where I broke my leg. And then a week later, after breaking my leg, I wound up having my gallbladder taken out. And during the course of that month-long stint in the hospital, they fed me a standard American diet, which wound up causing me to get off the carnivore diet. And now I am back on it because I know that the carnivore diet will help me heal faster, but also I don't want any of those ailments that I had prior to the carnivore diet. Prior to the carnivore diet, I had all kinds of issues with my stomach, with arthritis, just back pain. Oh, I was in rough shape. And I had tried over the years different diets, right? You know, I've tried the Atkins diet. There's this one called, I think, something Blueprint. I forget what the name of it was, but I've tried all kinds of crazy diets. And then in 2017, I wound up just having so many issues. I couldn't raise my arm no higher than that, you know, because I had all this inflammation in my shoulders, right? And doctors were saying, you know, hey, you might have to have surgery. They sent me to physical therapy. Physical therapy didn't help. And the only thing that helped it was diet, but I wasn't doing the carnivore diet then. I was doing a version of keto. And so when I did the version of keto, all that pain went away. And in fact, you know, the doctors were shocked, you know, at the VA. They were shocked. They just couldn't believe it. They're like, what? And they actually thought I had some sort of mental condition because they're like, there's no way that could happen. You just didn't tell us the truth. It was actually no pain. And I'm like, no, I had pain. I know I had pain because I was dealing with it every single day. But that's how, you know, doctors like to brush things off because, well, you know, it's just, you must not have really even had the pain because it just doesn't work that way, right? And so that was my journey towards the carnivore diet. Now, of course, after a while, I got off of the keto because, long chain of events, needless to say. I'd moved to a different area, and you know, that keto wasn't really sustainable, to be honest with you, because I was still a foodie at heart, and I got off of it. And of course, you know, it didn't help. You know, I didn't have any support. You know, family and friends just, you know, they just here, have a pie. It's health food, or here's some, you know, a donut. It's health food. So, you know, given that fact, I wound up getting off of it again, and so I was on the standard American diet, and then I finally said, the heck with this. I'm just going to eat meat. Surely meat's okay for you, right? And I didn't realize, you know, I kind of said this out loud, and next thing I know, I'm getting all these suggestions on Facebook and on YouTube as well. And I just kept getting these suggestions on checking out the carnivore diet, and I'd never even heard of such a thing, right? So I said, well, you know, for a week, I'd already been eating meat, so I said, well, I'll just go ahead and start eating meat, right? Well, I started a carnivore diet, and, you know, it was pretty rough because I went from, you know, keto into the standard American diet for about a couple of years, and then I went into a keto, where I went into carnivore, and man, let me just tell you, I had it pretty rough, you know, because I had a lot of oxalates to get out of my system, and it wasn't pretty. Spent a lot of time in the bathroom. I was pretty sick, lethargic. Didn't think this could be right, but one of the main reasons why I stuck with it was because I found a few sites or a few YouTube channels that helped me along the way. And a couple of those were Dr. Ken Berry here, as you see here. Here's his channel on YouTube. Dr. Ken Berry, he's a doctor, I believe, based out of Nashville. And he has a YouTube channel. And he used to be, a big guy, obese. And he used to believe all the medical literature and all the nutrition that we've all been taught about the food pyramid and all that stuff. He used to believe that stuff too, and he told his patients a lot of times, nutritional advice that he had. And then, he was getting sicker and sicker, and so he found the carnivore diet, and this is just a summarized version. You could probably hear it from him. He probably tells it a lot better than I do, but he wound up going carnivore and, realized, hey, we've been duped. We've been lied to. So I listened to a lot of his videos and come to realize that we have been lied to by the medical establishment, by the food industry, and by the pharmaceutical industry, right? And they all have an invested interest in keeping us sick, because no business can survive without repeat customers. And that's what we are. We're repeat customers. And so this is all about money. It's a monetary gain to keep you sick, to keep you in the matrix. And some people will want to stay in the matrix. They'll want to continue being oblivious to everything and just having a doctor tell them what to do. And they want to keep living their life, where they're having to take pills so they can continue their bad choices in diet. But I didn't want to go down that road. I was tired of feeling cruddy. I was tired of feeling all that pain. And so I was motivated to make a change. But, over the last few years, running into other friends of mine who think I'm crazy and want to die of a heart attack any second, which I haven't, by the way, because I'm talking right now, see? But, after I talked to quite a few friends of mine, I realized that there's just some that have been brainwashed so deeply, and they're so happy to stay that way. They will try anything else but what will help them. Because, over the past few decades, we've been sold a bunch of lies about meat. That meat's bad for you. That meat's not good for you. You need veggies. You need to eat vegetables. And I grew up that way, right? I'm sure you did too, where you gotta eat your veggies, and they're not that good for you at all. In fact, veggies have more negative things to them than positive. And I'll go into that in more detail in later episodes. But I did want to kind of do this first episode just to talk about where I'm coming from. After I got derailed by the hospital with all that bad food and got off the diet and everything. Because before, when I was on the carnivore diet, I would go to work. They would have donuts sitting there. I wouldn't even be tempted. They would buy pizza. I wouldn't even be tempted. I was satisfied. But, when I went in the hospital, my boss, he came and brought me a steak because he knew I was on the carnivore diet. And those hospital people were visibly upset visibly upset that I was eating steak. And they told me, steak is not healthy, but the Jell-O we feed you, that chocolate muffin, is healthy. They fed me nothing but garbage, and it derailed me. In fact, when I had my gallbladder taken out after I broke my leg, the gastroenterologist told me that the gallbladder has no function in the body. He likened it to the appendix. Has no function, and yet the gallbladder has a function. But this is what he wholeheartedly believes. He's been in the medical field for 40 years. He's been taught that. It has no function whatsoever, but it does. It concentrates bile. And when you eat a lot of fatty meat, that bile gets released in concentrated form and emulsifies that fat. So it actually has a function. And just because you can live without it doesn't mean it doesn't have a function. I mean, I could have this arm cut off and live without it. But does that mean that this arm had no function? No. So my point is that we need to think really long and hard about our nutritional choices, because food matters. It just isn't something that we just put in our body to fuel us, and that's all it is, just calories, right? Because I can eat 3,000 calories of chocolate cake or 3,000 calories of steak, and I can guarantee you that I won't gain weight on the steak, but I will on the cake. Calories just ain't all there is. There's other factors that we have to take in consideration. So I did want, like I say, just want to do this quick little episode. By the way, there's other YouTubers that I was following as well, like Dr. Sean Baker. He's got a channel, and he does a lot of good videos on it if you're kind of curious about the carnivore diet. He even wrote a book about it. Dr. Anthony Chaffee, he's really good at explaining how vegetables and plants are trying to kill you and that they're not really that great for you, not like we've been told. Dr. Robert Kiltz, he's an interesting guy, really good. He does a lot of good work, and he's really on it. And then outside of the medical fields, there are some anecdotal stuff that I've also paid attention to, like on this channel, Freedom Freedom, where he's been a carnivore for, I think, a couple years. And he shows his progress from day one, from starting the carnivore diet to now. So you can see his progress. Same thing goes for this channel, Carry On Homestead How. He's got a lot of content showing how he went from where he was till now on the carnivore diet, and he hasn't keeled over from a heart attack like they want to make you believe, right? And then, of course, there's Steak and Butter Gal. She does a lot of good content. So, like I said, there are a lot of carnivores out there in medical field, and all kinds of just tons and tons of people that are being helped by the carnivore diet that couldn't be helped by medical professionals. You know, these people have been on, like, pain meds. They were on all kinds of blood pressure medicine, right? A lot of them had diabetes, all kinds of ailments, all kinds of degenerative diseases. And a carnivore diet fixed almost all their symptoms and all their aches and pains. Just like it did with me. My blood pressure went back to normal. I was pre-diabetic. That all went away. All my nerve pain went away. In fact, after I got off the carnivore diet, I started getting all that nerve pain back in my shoulder, which was a motivation to get back off of this junk, right? And get on the carnivore diet. I even started getting arthritis back. And now I've only been back on the carnivore diet for 9 days now, and I've already seen drastic improvements in my arthritis. It's almost gone. And that shoulder pain, I haven't felt it in the last 9 days. So that's pretty awesome. So my point is that what we've been told by the medical industry, by the food industry, and by the pharmaceutical industry it's just not true. We don't need medicine. We don't need to eat all this veggies and all this processed stuff, right? What we need is what we are optimally fit for, and that's the proper human diet, which is what? Eating meat. So, I hope you all got something out of this, and if you got any questions, feel free to leave me a comment right down below. And if you want to, see any more of these episodes, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. And with that being said, I want to wish y'all a wonderful week, and I'll catch you next episode. Take care.